Hey, thank y'all for stopping by camping. It is a special day. You tuned in just in time because we're celebrating Cinco de Mayo, we are. And we've got us a good classic Mexican dessert, churros, with a bonus caramel dipping sauce. So come on and get in line. It's going to be good. Hey, thank y'all for stopping by the river down here. My name is Kent Rollins, and we do a whole lot of cowboy cooking. We're going to take a trip to Disneyland, Shan's favorite place in the world. No, we really ain't going, but her favorite thing to do at Disneyland is what this recipe is all about. It is a churro. Yeah, and in honor of Cinco de Mayo, me and Shan have put this together because it is her most favorite treat in the world. So we hope you stick around and you watch it, and everything that you be needing to know will be in the little description and the stuff below. So let's get to doing it. What do you say? Now, churros come with what? Dipping sauce. Now, this is a dipping sauce you need to really make about an hour ahead of time. It's a 3C dipping sauce. Not to be confused with Cowboy. Whew, I had a line and it was good. It is called, what's the name of it? Ready?
Yep.
Cowboy. I can't remember the name.
Try it again.
Hey. Ooh. Crown caramel.
Okay, do it.
Are you ready now?
Yeah.
Folks, she's laughing at me. Crown caramel coffee sauce. Yeah, I'm talking about this stuff is some of that good. And to start with, to do it, all we got to have is 4 tablespoons of butter. Now we're going to put that right over in that little sauce pot. The butter is near melted, it is. So a half a cup of white sugar, about a half a cup of brown sugar, and we're going to stir that up well. So I'm going to let that sort of incorporate it, slide it right over here till I get my secret ingredient out. What is it? Pet milk. I like pet milk. We use it a lot on ranches because sometimes we don't have a lot of refrigeration. And it's really good and rich. So we're going to go with about 1/4 of a cup, which is about that much. So we'll slide this back over here and get this to blending in here. This is the only time you should use instant coffee, folks, in a recipe, not to drink. 1 tablespoon. You've seen it. This here, that's what makes it the crown. About a tablespoon. We got to bring this to a good rolling boil, and you're going to have to stir it a while. Well, it's been a boiling about 2.5 to 3 minutes, so at this point, folks, we're going to turn it off, I hope. Stir in about a teaspoonful of vanilla. And that's about that much. Give it a good stirring to incorporate that all well. So I'm going to pour it in there. And look at there, it makes just the right amount. We're going to set it right out there so it can go to congealing a little together. It's going to, what is that word, Shan?
A little bit.
Congeal a little bit, yes. Well, it's churro time, and to start off with, folks, we just need 2 cups of water. 2 cinnamon sticks. Place them in there, let them get in there. We're going to let it bring to a boil. You can see this here has been a boil in about 3 minutes, it has, and we have used them cinnamon sticks pretty good, we have. So, folks, they have done their part, so we're just going to remove them. Lay them right out here. I guarantee you don't want to chew on them right now because they're hot. Turn this down to a low. Goes 4 tablespoons of butter. Then we're going to add a teaspoonful of vanilla, which is about that much. We're going to let that butter completely melt as it goes along there. So let's mix us up some of them dry ingredients while we're waiting on that. We're going to have 2 cups of sifted flour. That's going to make things really good and light and fluffy, just like what we're after. So go ahead and just sift this out there till you make sure there wasn't no cow patties, dirt clods, anything like that. So we're going to use 3 tablespoons of sugar. That's 2. This one makes 3. Now to that we're going to add us some baking powder, which is about 2 teaspoonfuls because we want to give them a little pop. We're going to get about a teaspoon of salt, which is that. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar that is also sifted. That way we don't be getting none of them clods in there. 2 and a 3. Sometimes you got to work on them clods a little and run them around the sideboard so they'll get on down in there. Them crumbs that's left in there that don't want to go, you give them out there to the varmints. Let's go ahead and give this a good little mixing up with our hands here.
Why are you doing it on a plate?
Because I forgot the mixing bowl. So we're going to do it on a plate today, Shan. What you call versatile. The butter has melted in our cinnamon stick water that had a little vanilla in it. So let's just go to adding a little of this flour at a time. Go ahead and stir this up. And then we'll add the rest of it. Now we're just going to go to incorporating till we can get it to go to forming a ball. And you want to make sure you get plumb around the bottom. And when you get to this point that you think you don't no longer see any more flour, guess what? We can turn the fire off. So 2 cacao berries. That's for the possum. That's for his brother the skunk. And maybe for the beagle. Now, not only, Shan, did we leave the mixing bowl at home, but guess what else we left at home, Shan? The whisk. Then we're just going to add half of them at a time. Go to stirring this all around. We're going to need that egg as a binder in there, and you can see we are getting things incorporated well. So, the other half of the eggs go in. Now you can see things are mixed up well. It is a little wet. So to that, we're probably going to start out with about a half a cup of flour. Because we want this to be able to form sort of a ball on its own and stay together. And this is taking a little kneading because that's what it's got to have to get this stuff to make the right dough consistency for a churro. So don't think that you're going to give out on it. Just keep working it. And I want it to where it's about like so. That is about the right one. Whoa. One thing y'all have never seen me do is use this next instrumental thing in cooking. I think they call this a piping bag with one of these here nozzles on the end of it. Now, I don't know all I'm supposed to know about one of these deals, but hey, we're going to see what happens. So we're going to take all our little dough.
Is that like cookie batter?
Sort of like cookie dough, yeah. Let's try to get it shook down there to the bottom of the apparatus. Then we're going to just give it a squeeze and work down. Go ahead and twist this end up. And guess what's going to happen here in a minute? We're going to make a churro. Now, while that's sitting there resting and our grease is getting hot, we're in a 12-inch Dutch oven and we got us about probably 1.5 to 1.75 inches worth of oil, whatever kind of frying oil you want to use. Today we're using some vegetable oil. So we want to run these pretty hot, like 350, 355 long in there because we want sort of a quick fry, but you don't want to overcook them. We got to have something to sprinkle them in when we get done. So we're going to have some sugar and some cinnamon. And you just mix this back with it. All you got to do is just squeeze. Pinch them off with your finger. Get you another in there. The Big says, I smell churros. You may have to roll them around just a little bit. See how good they puff up there automatically? I mean, things is happening. Now, Shan be liking hers straight. I sort of be liking mine in any design they come in. I surely do. But it don't take them long to fry. When these fellers go to floating up here on top, see, can you roll one of them over to see what color it is? And sometimes they don't want to roll. So I'll pull this one out to where y'all can see And you can see he's sort of got that crust to him. That's what we're after. Let that grease run off there just a minute. While he's sitting there, still got some of that good greasy flavor on him. Go ahead and let's give him a good coating. And you can roll them, sprinkle them, whatever you want to do. But I just like to get them on there any way I can. When you're frying them, like I say, you got to roll them around a little bit, and you don't want to let them get too dark because then they get too crispy and they dry out in the center. We want that good and fluffy and moist in there because that's the reason that batter is so moist when we put it in there. We want to keep some of that moisture when they swell up and go to frying. And seeing as how it is appropriate down here on these bluffs, and I have rode this old river a lot and killed a lot of snakes and seen a lot of them, we have a rattlesnake and the rattle fell off of him. But I will tell you right now, folks, the beag has a sweet tooth. Hey, would you like this? And there is a lot of tail wagging. You like it? What do you think? How many? Yeah, it'll work, folks. It will work. The Crown Coffee Caramel Sauce. Take one of these little churros and you can see that air in there and that good moisture that's still in there. Ain't too dry. That is the best part. Let this cool to room temperature, or you can set it in the ice box and chill it for about an hour. Look how it's set up so good there.
Ooh, that's a good crunch.
The crunch you get there, the cinnamon and the sugar, but the batter that's made out of with them 2 eggs in there, and you can incorporate it well. Shan's got all the recipe, everything you need, right down there below. Click on the printable recipe. I've been having a lot of comments on YouTube say, hey, we can't find the recipe. Show more. Go on down. Keep scrolling a little and it will say printable recipe. Click. It will take you over to our blog on our website. You can go through that recipe and find it. Hit print. It'll run it out the bottom and you can make churros just like we did. We hope you enjoyed today. It has been a great day down here. It has. The old river country has greened up. Wildflowers are a-blooming. It is a blessing from God. It is. We thank you as always for watching. We hope you learned something. All our servicemen and women and veterans and all them who keep us safe, that we're able to cook in this free country like we are, I salute you. And in honor of Cinco de Mayo, I salute everyone who celebrates this traditional holiday. Get your churro, get you some of this Crown Coffee Caramel Sauce, and I'll see y'all down the churro trail. Now remember last week when I was telling y'all you could win this hat? This old hat right here, the liner has come out of it. It has cooked many a thing in the last probably 8 years. This is the last time I'm going to wear it, folks, today. Now, to enter this little contest, it is quite simple. It is. First of all, you have to be subscribed to our YouTube channel. Then you have to have an Instagram account. You ain't got one? Make one. If me and the Beagle can have one, y'all can make one too. And follow us. Then you make a post of what is your favorite video that we have done in the last 9 years, okay? Just pick one out. List it. What is your favorite one? But down there at the bottom, hashtag Cowboy Kent's Hat Giveaway.